Is your magic meter running low? Well, we've got a cure for you. Welcome to Disney Coast to Coast.
Hey folks, and welcome to Disney Coast to Coast, the ultimate unofficial Disney fan podcast. I'm Jeff DePaoli.
And I'm Patrick Dougal.
And Patrick.
What?
Something almost happened. I don't know if it would be good or bad, but we almost didn't have Frozen of the Week.
Yeah. It was very close. It was coming down to the wire, but of course some news always comes out right at the last second.
This is like legitimately, I think, the first time we're like, oh my goodness, is there no Frozen news of the week? But there is.
Of course there is.
You can calm down, there is. And it is?
Well, of course we all know that Frozen Fever, the short before Cinderella, is coming out, but they finally released some official stills of the short.
They did, and this is what I find really funny. It's a short.
Yes.
And we're teasing a short. Like,
yes.
A short is short enough.
Yeah.
It's 7 minutes.
But it's a Frozen short.
But it's a Frozen short, so it's like a short of a different level.
Yes.
Which I just thought of this. Didn't even think of it until now. That means it's, like, can be nominated next year.
I'm sure. probably for, and not only that, it could probably get nominated for, like, can it get nominated for original song?
That I don't believe.
It has to be in a movie?
I don't know. I don't think it's ever happened before, but maybe it could.
Imagine.
Oh, Lord, that would be hilarious. So, yes, Frozen Fever coming out, as you said before, Cinderella.
And did you see some of the stills?
I did. I saw some of the
I think
stills.
there's one of, like, Olaf, like, eating a cake. Because, honestly, we know that the show is about Anna's birthday.
Yes.
And Elsa's throwing it. And did you notice Elsa's dress?
Yeah, they have different dresses. I actually thought of you immediately because you're always like excited when they have new dresses on in the park. But after I thought of you being excited about that, I also thought, oh, so they can sell different dresses in the stores.
Well,
and
I think they've already released. I think there was already a picture released of her springtime dress, but it's green and flowery-ish.
Yeah.
So
yeah, new dress. The same gang back together, and we got new music, and in any case, that's the Frozen news of the week.
Yeah.
And, so that's all we got to say about that. It was so close to ending the run.
But it'll never end.
But no, it'll never end. In any case, moving on from there, huge news this past week. Disneyland 60th anniversary coming up, and they made some big announcements. What shall we start with?
Well, obviously, the day for the 60th is July 17th.
Of course.
But we are getting all this stuff on May 22nd.
Yep.
So it's like an early anniversary gift to us.
And I would assume it's going to run at least 1 year.
There's no end date yet.
Yeah. In fact, I was listening to a Q&A, and somebody actually asked, how is this going to affect the holidays in the park? And they're like, all the holiday stuff you're used to, it's not happening. Like, there won't be holiday fireworks. It's going to be the 60th fireworks. And I'm sure there will probably be a holiday parade still, but, like, a lot of, like, the normal holiday stuff won't be happening.
I've heard that they're just going to incorporate the 60th more into the holiday. So.
I'm sure that as well, but like they were saying they're not going to have like the normal Christmas fireworks show, and World of Color is usually like brand new for Christmas, and maybe they'll just tag something on the beginning or something. So like the 60th is affecting the park in a major way.
Oh yeah.
And there is some awesome stuff happening. Which one do you want to say? The fireworks. Disneyland Forever Fireworks.
Yes.
Okay. This is so much more than just fireworks. This is pretty exciting. Now, of course, it's going to be a brand new show. From what we're hearing, a lot of Walt Disney stuff. I think it's pretty much a guarantee I'll cry. Probably. Whenever you bring Walt into the game, I'm like, oh my god. So,
I have sampled some of the music.
Have you? Is it good?
I like it. I'm not blown away by it.
Okay.
I know Richard Sherman wrote the song for it.
2 songs for it.
2 songs. I hope it's not the main theme one, because I'm not super blown away by it. It's cool, but they literally just repeat "Come on and live the magic" or something. Come on and live the magic. Hey, come on and live the magic. Wait. Come on and live the magic.
But here's the thing you got to remember. Richard Sherman didn't write the lyrics. His brother did. So
come on and live the magic.
Live the magic. And then there's a song called "A Kiss Goodnight." So
interesting.
Yeah.
They do have if you stay, I believe it happens at Disneyland too, but I know if you stay till park closing at Magic Kingdom, they do actually like a show or a little overspiel called Kiss Goodnight.
Oh, really?
So I wonder.
I don't think. I
wonder if it's the same.
I've been at Disneyland. Like a song?
It's kind of almost. It's kind of like an overall kind of spiel, like park is closing, but like Kiss Goodnight.
Okay.
I've only seen it on the 24-hour day because they do it at like 6 a.m.
I was gonna say, like, that's the only day I can. Although I've definitely been in the park when it closes. I don't know. I haven't noticed if it has happened. So yes, the fireworks, huge deal. Now, obviously, as I said, bigger than just fireworks, map projection, which is becoming like a huge staple for Disney spectaculars.
For me, it's not anything new coming from Magic Kingdom when we had the projection show for a while. But the fact that they're doing it along Main Street is kind of cool. I'm kind of on the fence about it because the fact that it's on Main Street, you can see the projectors.
Yeah.
And they're pretty blatant in some of the videos I've seen. Well, whereas in the castle, it's really hard to pinpoint the projectors because they're so far back.
The thing to keep in mind, they did say the projectors they were using for that will work. Like, they're not done by any means. They just started. They said they're going to be like really working right up to that May 22nd deadline. And those projectors are not the projectors that will be used. And the work that we saw, the artwork, is not the artwork that we'll be seeing in the show. Like, it was really just test footage.
Okay.
And the kind of cool thing about it, one of the things that they said they really wanted to avoid was for the 50th, the comments that they often got was, you need to see the fireworks from the hub. Like, they're spectacular in the hub. They're saying with this, you don't need to be in the hub. They're projecting on Main Street. They're projecting on Small World. They're projecting on the Matterhorn. They're using Phantasmic fountains, so there'll probably be some projection over there. So they're really like making it where like people like us who go all the time are going to have to go multiple times to really experience it all.
I think it's going to be, especially on Main Street, really hard to hide the projectors.
Yeah, probably. I mean, they're going to be in the windows across the street. It's, you know, the stuff I saw was cool. It was funny when they first said map projection. I was like, on what? Because like if it's on the castle,
they're still doing it on the castle.
I'm sure they will, as they should. But I was like, if it's just on the castle, nobody's gonna see it.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, maybe they're knocking down our castle and giving us a big Cinderella castle. No, not happening. But I'm excited about it. I mean, I am really sad to think that maybe Remember Dreams Come True will like never be back now. It's probably like officially retired. That's sad.
Yeah.
But yes. So that's one big thing for the 60th.
Yeah, I mean, fireworks show is always fun. Yeah. I feel like living around theme parks for 5 years now, I've become desensitized to fireworks. So I'm like, okay, new fireworks show, cool.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm more excited about the music, kind of, than...
The music for the fireworks show?
Yeah.
Even though you were disappointed by it?
Newer music. It's always a mix.
Yeah. Well, it's always interesting when they change fireworks because I loved Remember Dreams Come True. So even like when Magical came, the summer show, I was like, oh, cool, new fireworks show, new music. But I was I still miss Remember Dreams Come True. And now Fantasy in the Sky temporarily there. So we'll see. But we're going to have forever fireworks for a while, it sounds like.
And speaking of nighttime shows, not only in Disneyland are they getting something, but California Adventure is getting a little upgrade to their nighttime show as well.
I think it's more than a little upgrade.
Yeah,
I think it's a complete overhaul.
Well, just like the fireworks show, yeah. So we're getting a brand new World of Color show.
Yeah, and it's called World of Color Celebrate is the word. And
I've heard it's basically about celebration of Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, it's Mickey Mouse and showing a lot of animation from the classics. Now, let me ask you this question. How do you feel about the 60th trickling over into Disney California Adventure?
Totally fine.
Totally fine.
Although I feel as that, like, yes, it's Disneyland 60th. I view Disneyland and California Adventure as the Disneyland resort.
Okay, fair enough. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm okay with it, but I really feel like we need to remember, like, it's Disneyland's 60th anniversary. But I'm okay with it. You know, it'll be fun to see a new World of Color show. I hope they do some fun new stuff, and I mean the lake is drained right now, so I don't know if it might just be normal refurb stuff, or I don't know if they're adding some little special things. Maybe those globes will come out and start working.
I've heard they're going to be adding some more newer technologies, so we'll see. I mean, we don't know more. There's some concept art, but we don't know more than just Mickey Mouse.
Yeah. So, and the title, Celebrate.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. Also happening over at Disney California Adventure, as well as over at Disneyland, diamondizing like everything, especially Sleeping Beauty Castle and the Carthay Circle restaurant. They're going to just diamond the heck out of it, it sounds like. And that should be cool.
It's kind of sad right now, though, because everything is literally under construction.
Yeah. The castle is like wrapped in a brown tarp.
It's beautiful.
It's not beautiful at all. But it's exciting to get ready for the 60th. So that's happening. And I think the thing we're probably most excited about for the 60th.
Paint the Night.
Paint the Night. It is official. We've been saying it for a long time, but it is now 100% official. It is coming from Hong Kong Disneyland to Disneyland Resort in California.
And not only is it going to be similar to Hong Kong's, but longer, and supposedly more units are going to be added. So don't expect the exact same Paint the Night parade that we've seen in Hong Kong. Yes, some floats are going to be the same, but there's going to be some differences as well.
Rumors we've heard are
Frozen,
Little Anna and Elsa action in there.
Finding Nemo.
Okay.
Hong Kong version only has Belle in terms of like princesses.
Yep.
I've heard a whole princess unit.
So kind of
including
like
Belle, Cinderella, Rapunzel as the main ones. Obviously, Ariel still has her own float earlier. I've heard the Ariel and Nemo float are together. It's kind of like an under the sea unit type thing.
Cool.
But yeah, so some differences from Hong Kong, but we'll just have to wait to see more when they confirm more, or on May 22nd when we actually find out.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked, to say the least.
I mean, if they don't have a Frozen section,
of course they're going to have a Frozen section. There's no. I'm just happy to hear that it's longer, because one of the things I did think when seeing Hong Kong is like, wow, it's fairly short. And I know that I'm blanking on his name, but the Imagineer who's like heading the whole Paint the Night project is huge. He really wants to give a little bit of a throwback to the Main Street Electrical Parade, which is very nostalgic for a lot of people. The big drum that starts the Main Street Electrical Parade will be making an appearance in Paint the Night for Disneyland. So it's pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, and I think obviously from the first episode, Paint the Night, I think was in our top 3 of the year.
Yeah.
So we're really excited about it.
Yes, pretty stoked. Can't wait for May 22nd. Both of us are going to be there. Like,
oh yeah,
not going to work that day. That's just not happening.
I don't have work that day.
Yeah,
so.
Anywho, I think that's pretty much, and that's what they've told us for the 60th. From what I hear, we're getting more. Like, there is more stuff that's going to be happening.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still waiting for, if you don't know right now, Condor Flats in California Adventure is completely blocked off. They're changing it to a new name called Grizzly Airfield. So obviously Soarin' is not up and running now, which means we're still waiting for the rumored Soarin' Over the World announcement that was supposed to be, everyone thought it was going to be part of the 60th. Yeah. And I know I've talked to a lot of people about the 60th announcement, and they're like, yeah, cool, we're getting new shows, but I was really hoping for a new attraction. I think a lot, like, I'm a show person, so I'm excited, but I know people who were kind of bummed from the announcement.
Was it unexpected, though? I mean, to me, everything they said was everything I heard for rumors. Like, there's nothing surprising. It was just like, oh, thank God, like, it's actually going to happen. And I never assumed a new ride.
I don't think it was ever assumed, but it was just like, cool shows. Nice. It would have been nice, a new attraction to be at least announced.
I would love to see all of the Fantasyland rides get the upgrades like Alice in Wonderland did. I think that would be great. And I think Soarin', there's a pretty darn good chance of...
It's not a pretty... They've filmed it. They've already started filming it. And we're just waiting for the announcement.
Yeah, and all new projectors and everything. So, and so that should be pretty cool. And moving on from there... We've got, I think that's it for the 60th, right?
Yeah.
Okay, for now. That's it for the 60th. For now. And frankly, that's plenty.
Yeah.
But we had a kind of new, fun, awesome experience this past weekend at Disneyland.
Yeah, I think we complained about it before and finally revealed that the Cinderella preview that was at Hollywood Studios, it finally made its way over to California in California Adventure at the Bugs Life Theater. And we actually went out the first weekend to see it. And it was interesting. I mean, in Florida, when I saw the exclusive premieres, obviously it was just in a Hollywood Studios theater. There's really no effects. But when you go see a Disneyland, it's either the Magic Eye or Bugs Life. They kind of incorporate the effects into it. And it's kind of fun.
Let's just admit it.
We got scared.
We jumped out of our seats, literally.
Because if you've been on Tough to Be Bug, you know at the end they do the little bug trick where they're like, please stay seated, and the bugs go under the little bench and they touch your butt. Yeah. And I always know it's coming, so it's fine. But like,
not only do you know it's coming, but like you're excited that it's coming. Frankly.
No, I don't like it.
Yeah, you do.
I actually don't lean back on the Hornet either.
I know you don't, because I always see you go forward.
I don't like that. But I almost forgot we were in The Bug's Life, and I thought they were just going to be using lighting effects, but there's one scene where they're changing the mice into horses, and the mice scatter, and they use the bug thing as the mice, and I was like, oh, I was not expecting that.
I actually felt pathetic for jumping out of my seat. And,
I just totally
glad
forgot.
You did too. Well, I didn't forget that those effects were there. I associate that effect with bugs, not mice. Yeah. So when then the mice crawling under our butts, I was like, oh. Ugh.
But then they did it twice, and I was fine with it the second time.
But it was fairly cool.
But what did you think of the preview in general?
It got me more excited for the film. I was excited for the film anyway. I feel like the more, and actually this is usually not the case with me. I usually like secrets and stuff, but the more I'm seeing of this movie, the more excited I'm getting for it. They basically showed the entire transition sequence of Cinderella, turning into the beautiful dress and the coach being created and all that stuff. They basically showed that entire scene.
Yeah.
And it's a nice little scene. And I'm excited for it. I think it looks like a good movie.
I'm about the same excitement level. I'm going to go see it, obviously, but I'm not like, I need to see this now.
It's no strange magic. We will go see it.
Such a good movie.
Neither of us know. But it's pretty, those preview things, you can say what you want about them, but they work in my book. I'm always more excited to see the movie after I come out of it. So,
and if anyone is a musical theater fan,
I
need to point this out. I don't think it's out yet. I think the soundtrack's not out, but they're playing kind of the theme song for Cinderella as we were waiting to go in. And legit, the Cinderella theme song is falling slowly from Once the Musical. If you just look that up, like instrumental version, I'm pretty sure you can put them side by side and they're maybe like one note off, but they are very similar.
So Disney's starting to rip off a lot of music. We've got Once the Musical in the Cinderella movie, and we've got Harry Potter score in the pre-show music for Mickey and the Magical Map.
I don't hear it.
Oh, it is so Harry Potter. I actually said it.
I think it's just like typical wizard theme.
It's a rip-off of Harry Potter, and one of the girls working like the concession stand there heard me say it. She's like, seriously, right? She's like, I thought that the first day I worked this. I'm like, it really is very close to Harry Potter. Moving on from Cinderella, there's a kind of a big cast. We've been getting a lot of casting announcements, I feel like, recently. And there's another one that we haven't really talked about this, but since Disney bought Lucasfilm, everybody, just thinks Star Wars, but there's so much more to Lucasfilm than Star Wars, including Indiana Jones. And this was the first I was hearing of them wanting to do a reboot. I had heard they were going to make a fifth one, but I thought it was going to be with Harrison Ford to kind of apologize for the fourth one. Yeah. But now we're hearing reboot, new cast, Chris Pratt is the rumor. Rumor. They have not confirmed it yet, but I think it's a pretty good rumor.
He would be headlining 2 major franchises.
I think 3 at that point. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Disney franchises.
Oh, Disney franchises, yeah.
2 Disney franchises.
That'd be amazing.
That'd be crazy.
I'm quickly becoming a huge fan.
Yeah.
A huge fan of Chris Pratt's. Almost approve? What are you not approving of?
No, if that would happen, okay, but I think his Indiana Jones, I feel like he would make him goofy, similar to Star-Lord's character, and I feel like they might be too similar in... I mean, to me, Star-Lord is Indiana Jones in space.
Okay.
The exact opening scene is Indiana Jones when he's taking the ball.
Okay, fair enough.
So I feel like the 2 characters may be too similar, but I'd still be happy with it. I mean, I love his Star-Lord, so I'd probably love his Indiana Jones.
I'm pretty excited about it. Like I said, I have quickly become a huge fan of his. I think he's awesome. So Indiana Jones, let's do it. And how do you feel about Indiana Jones coming back in general?
I'd be fine with that.
I'm kind of sick of the whole reboot
I love Indiana
thing.
Jones, so
So then the Epic Stunt Spectacular can stick around for like 30 more years.
Yeah.
That was an awesome reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty big news. But also speaking of characters and such coming along, we got a new character coming, a new princess. Princess Elena of Avalor.
See this? Okay, so I saw this.
Okay, here we go.
I saw this everywhere. I saw like a bunch of places. Oh my god, new Disney princess. She's Latin America, blah, blah, blah. She is just a cameo princess on Sophia the First, which I don't even count Sophia the First as a princess or any Disney Junior show pretty much in terms of like princess merchandise kind of thing. And I know she's big. Sophia the First is pretty big in that community of like Disney Junior and stuff. But I feel almost like everyone was freaking out or thinking of it as like the next princess movie, which I was like, calm it down.
Well, to be honest, you know, I was just reading it quickly on Twitter or something the first time I read about it. And for some reason, when I heard new Princess Elena, I immediately just thought of Moana.
Yeah. I was like they changed the name? Okay.
Yeah, I thought they were related for some reason. Then I looked closer. I was like, oh no, this is Sophia the First thing. But I think something you may not have read is the whole Sophia the First thing is actually just a preview for her to get her own show. So in 2016, she's gonna be on Sophia the First. That's how they're gonna introduce the character.
I don't. Still in my brain, I don't classify anything like Disney Junior in the Disney Princess brand.
I gotcha.
So when I see the headline "New Disney Princess," and then it's like that, I'm like, okay.
You were angry.
No, I'm not angry. I'm just like.
No, just say you were angry.
No, I was angry at all. I'm angry. I'm confused about the fact that like their headline is like new Disney princess because I just think of the Disney princess brand.
Yeah, they have to be able to be on a float together in order.
Yeah,
I gotcha. It's cool.
So,
Disney, although maybe she'll probably will make an appearance in a Disney Junior Live on Stage. Would be my guess.
I wouldn't doubt it.
And yeah, first of all, making a Latin princess. Very smart, especially for Disneyland. There are a lot of Latin people that go to Disneyland, so it's very smart. They're just kind of like hitting all around the world at this point. They're like, what cultures haven't we hit yet? And
which I think is great.
Yeah, and that's kind of what they're doing. So, but she is getting her own show. We'll see. I mean, the Sophia the First is actually pretty huge.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's pretty big.
Yeah, so it's pretty nice.
Not in my eyes, though.
Yeah, I haven't really seen much of Sophia the First, but did she debut at the expo? No.
Doc McStuffins.
Oh, okay, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah, so that's coming. That's the show's ages 2 to 7 is the appropriate age, so maybe that's why we're not so excited. Although sometimes.
But I was blown away by the excitement I read online.
Oh yeah, it was huge news.
I was just very confused by the fact. I thought if like Disney Animation was like, yes, this is our new princess, I'd be like, okay, that's awesome. Cool, Latin America princess getting her own movie, Disney Animation, cool. It's just a Sophia the First character.
Wow, you really hate Disney Junior. That's what I'm getting from this conversation.
I hate the fact that people are making such a big deal out of it.
It's called marketing. It happens.
Yeah. To me, people are making a big deal of that because of the culture, the fact that she's Latin America, which is great. I would be more upset that the fact that they're using that just as that character, like
instead of in a movie.
Yeah,
yeah. Maybe she'll get a big movie.
But if she gets her own show, then that's great.
Yeah. So. Are you okay?
I'm great.
You vented enough about Elena? Okay, cool. Moving on from there, something kind of cool has happened. Now, we all know that Walt Disney World is like really big into interactive queue lines. And they just sort of opened up a new one. It's interesting because they actually opened up the queue line a while ago.
Yes.
But the effects have just been added in.
Yeah, they opened up the extent. It was a long process even before I moved, where there was like bathrooms next to the Peter Pan ride. Then they took the bathrooms out and moved them. And that's when they built the Tangled restrooms. And then they were building an extended queue. So they built this like really elaborate extended queue. But obviously it was meant to be one of the interactive queues, but they didn't implement the interactivity until a couple months later, which is where we are now.
Yeah, and so Peter Pan has an interactive queue. It looks pretty cool. Have you seen it?
Oh, it looks awesome. It looks so cool. They use like all different projection technology.
Projection is has changed the theme park industry so much, it's crazy. Like, I honestly don't even know where it would be at this point if projection wasn't part of it, because it seems like everything new is so projection heavy. But yeah, there was cool things where, like, I like this stuff where it interacted with your silhouette.
Yes.
So, like, you would see your silhouette on the wall, and then they would have, like, projected bells or something hanging from the ceiling, and then your real-life projection could interact with these projected fake objects, which is kind of cool. And they had something where, like, Tinkerbell was in a little glass case and you can let her out. And of course, then there's tons of pixie dust going all over the place. It seems like a pretty cool queue line.
And knowing the lines for Peter Pan, it's definitely well needed.
That was the first thing I thought. I was like, this is the perfect ride to put it in. That ride never has a short line, like,
no.
Ever. I always think, oh, go during a parade, it'll be shorter. Or go at the end of the night, it'll be shorter. It's never shorter, even here at Disneyland. It's just crazy. So I think that that's a really good addition to the Peter Pan queue line. Does it slow down the lines, do you think, ever?
No.
No.
I think it's one of those slow moving lines anyway, that if you stopped and played with things, it wouldn't, like, hinder the whole thing.
Yeah.
I know when they built the extended queue and interactive queue for Haunted Mansion, that kind of slowed down a little, to the point where you could, like, pick which way you wanted to go because more people stopped when they went through the interactive queue.
Gotcha.
But yeah.
Well, it's a welcome little addition to Peter Pan's queue line. And on some kind of surprising news that was recently released, we all know about Shanghai Disneyland. We've been hearing for a very long time it was going to open this year in 2015. Now we're hearing rumored again. Disney has not officially said this, but it sounds like it's true. It's pushed to 2016. They're saying the first half of 2016.
Well, it was originally planned the later half of 2015.
Yeah, it was supposed to open, I think, like December or something.
It's not a terrible push.
No. And I guess I'd rather.
I don't expect to be out there in late 2015 anyway.
I booked my flight for December 2015, so I am I know I'm in a lot of trouble, but no, I did not. But Shanghai 2016. You know, as they say, the main building constructions will be done this year. It's just the details. And
yeah.
We know that holds up things when it comes to Disney. So that'll be fun, though. And I think that's it for our news of the week. Yeah. So that means it's trivia time, Patrick.
Yes.
Should I hit you first?
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, we were talking about Peter Pan's queue line. And we mentioned how Walt Disney World is a big fan of those interactive queues. And there's quite a few rides that have them at the Magic Kingdom.
Yes.
Can you name them all?
Can you tell me how many?
Let me see. How many do you think there are?
You just counted to 8.
I was going to say, you heard me counting. There are 8.
Peter Pan.
Yes.
Big Thunder Mountain.
Yes.
Winnie the Pooh. Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
Yes.
Space Mountain.
Yes.
Pirates, they did a queue update, but it wasn't interactivity. No Splash. You
mentioned one of them earlier.
Haunted Mansion.
Haunted Mansion.
Oh, I feel like because I mentioned, I felt like I already said it. 2 more.
I think one more.
One. I held up 8.
I don't know. I think your fingers confused you, maybe. Oh wait, no. Maybe there are 2 more.
Can I have the lands?
Both fantasy. I can't remember.
Oh, Little Mermaid.
Oh yes, okay. I wasn't sure if you had said that one. Yep. And there's one more in Fantasyland. This one's a little.
I don't know if is it considered a ride?
It is a ride, but it may not be interactive in the sense that you think. Like, it's not like projection style interaction, I don't believe.
Is a ride or attraction?
It's a ride.
In Fantasyland.
In New Fantasyland.
There's only 2 rides.
Would you like me to say?
It's Little Mermaid and the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
Okay, well, this was part of the New Fantasyland expansion. It was doubled in size.
Dumbo.
Dumbo.
It's that's in Storybook Circus.
Oh, that's not Fantasyland? Storybook Circus not part of Fantasyland?
Nope.
That's like its own land? What else is in there?
It's Storybook Circus and then Pete's Silly Sideshow with meet and greets and stuff. It's 2 separate lands. It's where...
So it has one ride.
Yeah, and the
Goofy's
the coaster. Barnes, well, was it Goofy's Sky School now?
They changed the name of it, yeah.
You tricked me!
Okay, well, Dumbo.
Yeah.
But that's not...
But it's not actually
like
in the queue. It's... What they do is they give you a pager, and they have a play area, and then you get buzzed when you can come in.
Yeah. So that's them. So, once again...
I did great.
I'm
gonna do it over.
Okay,
Ready?
do it.
Big Thunder Mountain.
Yep.
Space Mountain.
Yes.
Haunted Mansion.
Uh-huh.
Winnie the Pooh.
Yes.
Peter Pan.
Yes.
Voyage of the Little Mermaid. No, that's the name of the show. Little Mermaid's Undersea Adventure?
Journey of the Little
Mermaid. Yeah. Oh. Dumbo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Oh, I forgot. Seven's Ride My Train.
Yes.
Cool.
There you go. Those are your 8 interactive cues of the Magic Kingdom. Ooh, and what do we have here at Disneyland? Indiana Jones. A few little things in there. Maybe that's it. That might be it.
Yeah.
Is there one other? No, I think that's it.
Fun stuff.
Yeah, we don't do interactivity here. Anywho, what's my trivia question? Let's see if you can stump me.
You ready?
I'm ready.
It's kind of pretty easy.
Okay.
So we're talking about Shanghai Disney.
Mm-hmm.
And in Shanghai Disney.
2016.
Yes, correct.
Is that the answer?
All right, thank you guys. Shanghai Disney, their castle is not based on any specific princess.
Correct.
Do you know the name of the castle?
I knew you were gonna ask me that.
It's a collective. There's
the Princess's Castle.
Yeah, it's a collective castle.
Castle of Fantasy. Phantasmagorical Castle.
I'll give you a hint.
Give me a hint.
In Disneyland, in Fantasyland, there's a ride called this, but instead of
King Arthur's?
No.
It has nothing to do with King Arthur's Carousel. In Fantasyland, Storybook Land Castle.
You're close.
Storybook Land.
There's no land.
Storybook Castle of the princesses
Just
of
Storybook
Disney.
Castle.
Storybook Castle. Okay, which I'm really excited about. The stuff they're saying about that is going to be pretty spectacular.
Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, meet and greets, a boat ride.
A ride inside the
interactive
castle.
walkthrough.
Yeah.
Kind of awesome.
Storybook Castle. That was a good hint, by the way. There's a ride in Disneyland.
But it's not Storybook.
I gotcha.
You were right in Storybook Land Castle, but Storybook Castle.
I gotcha. That's a good hint. I appreciate it. High five. Anyway, folks, that's going to do it for us this week. Thanks for tuning in. As always, connect with us on social media. You can find everything at DisneyCoastToCoast.com.
Tweet.
Either this way or this way.
Post.
Yep. Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr.
Retweet.
What else? Instagram.
Text.
Everything.
Selfie.
Thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Thanks for listening to Disney Coast to Coast. Have a magical day.
Some big casting news. We've known about Beauty and the Beast happening, but it has been announced that Emma Watson will be playing Belle. First, we have not discussed this at all with each other.
No.
What do you think of this?
Perfect.
I'm excited.
Perfect.
I'm going to tell you why I'm really excited.